All right, what is up, everyone? What is up? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Live. We've got a nice show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about a number of different things. Yes, happy Ash Wednesday, happy Valentine's Day, happy Black History Month Day, happy everything, happy YouTube demonetization day, happy everything to everyone out there. And I want to make sure, is my mic on? Is my mic on? Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me at all? What's up to everyone? How's it going? What's up, Alonzo? Maximus Manstill. We got the Fire Nation over here. Undead Polo. What's up? We've got Squid Vicious in the chat. What's up, Squid? Also Geek. What up, Geek? Shout outs to all the Prime Ninja over there in the Fire Nation holding it down. Also Mr. Mac. Mr. Mac is also there as well. My mic is on this time. It is. Slayer. What up, Slayer? Hello, OJ. We can hear you. Loud and clear. Cool, cool, cool. Glad. This time it's going good. It's going good. What up, Dragon Sage? Shout outs. Shout outs Elite Ninja Dragon Sage. Glad you can be here. Mr. Nickel. What up, Mr. Nickel? Don't forget to unmute. Yo, I think I'm good. I think I'm good this time. First of all, we're gonna start out with me complaining, like always, because this is my normal thing that I do. So yes, YouTube, once again, YouTube coming through like always, demonetizing those videos. That's exactly what YouTube likes to do. I think there's paying special attention to this month just in order to honor Black history. YouTube has to make sure that they really hit Black creators hard this month, right? Like, you just got to make sure demonetize those videos. That's how they show our appreciation for our content. Is just demonetize the Black creators out there. No, I'm joking. Obviously I'm joking, guys. Obviously I'm joking. It's not a race thing, but YouTube, they suck. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, they suck. I really dislike YouTube. They're horrible. Their system is horrible. It's the worst system. That every single time I get like this robotic answer. Our system makes mistakes. You reviewed. Well, look at it. It's like it's like, I swear, it's like a robot that's just sitting there going, put the same thing, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Every time someone complains, oh, our system's making mistakes. Oh, our system's making mistakes. Oh, our system's making mistakes. It's just like the same thing every single time. They suck, man. There's no other way than to put it, is that YouTube system is trash. It's absolute trash. It's just, it's low tier. It's King Dedede in Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. It's just bad. It's Ganondorf in tournament. It's Ganondorf versus Bayonetta in tournament. It's just bad. It's not good. It's a low tier. It's the very bottom of bottom tiers. You've got no shot against this bot, dude. You've got no shot against the bot. The bot will get you. The bot will get you. But they're horrible. They're horrible. They're so bad. It's so bad. But anyway, that's my primary complaining about YouTube. Don't mind me while I put some triple antibiotic ointment on my finger, because remember, I got a spider bite, and like I said, unfortunately, I did not turn into Venom. I was really planning on turning into Venom. Didn't happen. Or at least I'll take Spider-Man as a consolation. That didn't happen either. I just got my finger's still here. At least I'm alive. I don't know what bit me, but whatever bit me was crazy, because my finger swelled up and it got big old huge thing on it. And I actually, like, it was so funny the way that it happened. I was like, oh man, I need to go to the hospital. Like, this is looking horrible. And then, like, literally, like, overnight, like, I wrapped it up, put some of this ointment on there. I went to the pharmacy. I talked to the pharmacist, showed him. They're like, yeah, that looks pretty bad. But the pharmacist said that, oh, it doesn't look too bad. Like, she was trying to calm me down. I was like, this looks pretty bad, doesn't it? She's like, no, it doesn't look too bad. She's like, just go get some of that cream and put it on there, and then, like, wrap it up. And I'm like, all right. Did that for 2 days, and all of a sudden, like, I had like a pristine, like, new skin over my finger, and I was just like, huh. Well, actually, there was a big block, and like that big block just like fell off. It was like this big, like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if hopefully I'm not freaking you guys out, but like this big block of like hard skin, and it just like, I just like bit it and it just plopped right off. I was like, huh. And then there was just like a fresh sheet of like brand new skin underneath. I was like, huh, that's weird. So yeah. OJ, thanks, man. Action games. Yeah, action games, but action games can also be RPG games, so there could be action RPGs, man. So that might, I don't know. Wait on thanking me yet. Yo, what up, Blaxican? How's it going, man? Third-party developers, Nintendo fans don't buy third-party games. It's 2014. Yeah, yeah, man. No, I just gotta. It's funny because I saw an article on DualShockers, and I'm waiting to rip into this site. You know, I'm waiting to make a video, like more like a live stream talking about it. But like, I'm just trying to wait and see because they wrote an article recently. There was some good points and there was some really bad points. I read the whole article, and they talked about how Nintendo fans need to stop port begging. You know what I'm saying? Like, and basically they're talking about the port begging that's like the very intrusive port begging, like getting mad at developers, being angry with them, like showing like calling them names and stuff like that, and calling them lazy, and that stuff I agree with, but I agree with it all around. But here's the main problem that I have with DualShockers and this article that they wrote. The one passage, and I had a problem with this, and also Blandrew on Twitter also pointed this out, and I want to read this one part because look, I'm all down for constructive criticism. Yes, there are some obtrusive Nintendo fans that sit there and go a little bit too far when it comes to certain games. But that's also the case with PS4 or Microsoft and Sony fans. Now, you don't see it as much because they get everything, whereas Nintendo fans don't get everything. So if like, for example, if Sony didn't get all these games that are coming, like let's say all the games came to Nintendo and Xbox. If Sony didn't get all those games, you'd see a bunch of Sony fans getting mad and getting more mad than they already do, yelling at developers. I mean, and cursing out stuff and doing all that. But I saw one quote from this article. I'm not linking the article because the article's, I mean, I don't want to link the article. You guys can find it. It's on DualShockers if you want to find it. But let me see if I can find this quote, because it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so this is one of the quotes from the guy who wrote this article on DualShockers. This is one of the biggest. I mean, I'm not going to call it a PlayStation site, but all the people that they're like, it's majority PlayStation site, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with running a PlayStation fan site. It's a multi-platform site, but it's heavily geared towards PlayStation. Like, for example, like everybody that works for that site, they all voted for Persona 5 as Game of the Year. Like, almost all of them voted for Persona 5 as Game of the Year. Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, none of those even got Game of the Year or something like that. I mean, maybe there was one or two, but the majority of people voted for Persona 5. Staff and readers, so that's fine. If it wants to be geared towards PlayStation, that's good. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But this quote from this article was absolutely horrible, and it was atrocious, and this writer should be ashamed of himself. So he says, quote, "Let's get this straight. Neither developers nor publishers need an articulated reason why they won't develop a game for your system of choice. Just like we defend developers and content creators' artistic liberty in games they create, we should equally appreciate their business decisions. It's up to developers if they want to give a rhyme or reason why they aren't supporting something, but they aren't obliged to. Full stop." Okay, so this is where I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna virtually slap you over the internet. So we should appreciate their business decisions. Okay, so how come everyone didn't appreciate their business decisions with microtransactions and loot boxes? It's their business, it's their game, it's their artistic expression. I guess we should all just sit back and take it and appreciate that. See, this is the type of crap that I'm talking about, that it only applies to port begging to Nintendo fans. Because you're talking about respecting their business decisions. Does that go all around? Or what type of business decisions are you discussing? Like, how does this statement get off of like the presser? You know what I'm saying? It's because it's a PlayStation fan on a PlayStation site who gets every single thing, okay, who gets every single game. That's the reason why they're saying this. So we should respect EA's business decisions, right? We should respect that. How about business decisions to make games? How about if games were $90? How about that? How about if games were 120? We should respect that. That's their artistic vision. They don't owe us any reason to tell us why games should cost $90. And this is turning into a rant that I didn't plan. But anyway, we're gonna get through this, and I'm gonna get you guys' comments. So we should respect all those business decisions, right? Why is it only okay? Well, if the game doesn't come to a system, we respect that, but we won't respect intrusive microtransactions. We won't respect or appreciate high prices on games, overpriced games. We won't respect any of that. But if a game doesn't come to Switch, you know what? Yeah, they don't owe us anything. Okay, this writer, screw off, dude. Like, what kind of stupid statement is that? Like, what kind of dumb statement is that? It's a statement from a PlayStation fan who gets everything. Who gets everything. Because you can't be serious with this statement. Like you can't be serious with this statement. You can't be. I just find it absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous that he would put, any writer would say that, oh, respect. They're just, now look, the only thing that I'll say when it comes to developers, and I've said this before, is their artistic vision in games. Games shouldn't be censored. We should respect, like if a developer wants to put really sexy characters in a game, we should respect that. That's fine. They're gonna put that, that's what they want to do. If a developer wants to be super racist in a game, that's their decision. Let them be racist. You know what I'm saying? Now they can reap the benefits or or basically the game not getting rated or whatever. They have to deal with the consequences. Okay, that's why I've never, like, for example, like I don't want to cover South Park. I don't like South Park: The Stick of Truth because of some of the stuff in the game. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me, oh well I'm not. Or you're not gonna sit here and see me say, oh well, screw South Park, I'm done with them, and continue hounding on them and bashing them. I said one thing on Twitter. I said I'm done. I'm not gonna play this game, and I'm not gonna buy this game, and that was that. Okay. So I respect developers who want to put their artistic vision into games, but don't sit here and tell the paying customer. Don't sit here and tell a paying customer that they don't owe us any reason why, any bit to appreciate their business decisions. Oh, when it's convenient for you, when you get the game, oh, appreciate it. But this is the type of stupidity that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of stupidity. And like, I messaged DualShockers on Twitter. I said, yo, like, okay, let me ask you a question, DualShockers. Like, did you guys, when Bayonetta 2 was announced as a Wii U exclusive, did you guys write any articles talking about all of the fans in Bayonetta 2, all of the Microsoft and Sony fans that were sending Platinum Games death threats, that were harassing Hideki Kamiya and staff, that were harassing Hashimoto on Twitter, harassing the official Platinum Games account, harassing Nintendo? You know, it got so bad that Mega64 actually made a video about these people that were saying certain stuff. A really hilarious video, by the way. We'll watch it. I guess we can watch it in a little bit if you guys want to. But Mega64, I mean, these tweets were so bad, because the reason why this writer wrote this is because of the abuse, or some of the abuse that the Hat in Time developers gotten, and some other games that have also came out have gotten. So that's the reason why, which I agree with. Yes, there are some idiot Nintendo fans out there being way too aggressive when it comes to certain games. But is there, like, I don't see any articles on their site. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any articles on their site talking about the harassment still to this day, like the crap that Hideki Kamiya gets, that where he has to block people crying and complaining and port begging for Bayonetta 2, crying and complaining and port begging for Bayonetta 3, crying and complaining and begging for Rocket League exclusive battle cars. I actually made a video on that one about Rocket League exclusive battle cars. Okay, so it seems like this person, obviously he's a Sony fan, so he's going to take aim at a base, and that's fine. That's fine. All I ask is that you don't put stupidity in there. The stuff about the, like, handing on the developers, that's fine, but don't sit here and tell us that they don't owe us anything and like we should appreciate their business decisions. Nah, we don't gotta appreciate nothing, and I'm not appreciating this writing because that's stupid, because this is obviously very biased, because we should appreciate something when it doesn't come to Switch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, appreciate it. But I guarantee you, if all these games didn't come to PS4, you'd want some answers. You'd want to hear something, and I guarantee you we shouldn't appreciate all business decisions. Seriously, like, we should appreciate business decisions. Get out of here. Get GTFO on that one, my guy. Horrible piece of writing from a professional site. I'm not perfect, but that statement's horrible. like I said, I'm not perfect, but that statement's horrible. You know, and like, look, the SPJ, Society of Professional Journalists, you know, it tells you, like, when you see something that's ridiculous, it tells you to call it out. And like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say no shots to DualShockers, because definitely I've been throwing shots, but it's this quote that I'm really mad at. Everything, like, a lot of the other stuff that he writes, I agree with. So if you guys want to look up the article, you can look up the article. The dude talks about other things. He has some quotes, some tweets, but all I should say is that, okay, you should also write an article about when PlayStation and Xbox fans didn't get what they wanted. One game, okay? We're not talking about, like, he lists multiple games here. We're not talking about, you know, multiple games when it comes to coming to Nintendo Wii U or coming to Nintendo systems. We're talking about one game here. We're talking about one game. And we should also list when PlayStation, you know, when they didn't get Monster Hunter, you know, and things like that back in the day. There was all sorts of stuff going on. So I don't know, man. And double standards is the insane. You got that right, dude. Who was that? KJ22399. Double standards to the absolute max. Double standards, super max double standards. Like, look, if a developer doesn't want to tell us something, that's fine. If the developer doesn't want to tell us something, but to sit here and say, oh, well, they don't owe us anything, like, and we can't ask for it, and we should just appreciate. So if a developer says this game isn't coming to Switch, and somebody says, oh, well, why is it not coming to Switch? Oh, no. Appreciate it. You're not allowed to ask. Appreciate it. Appreciate their business decisions. Okay, so next time, so DualShockers, next time we see some intrusive loot boxes and all that, I'm gonna hold you guys to this. Like, I better not see a single person for that site say this is bad. We should all appreciate their business decisions. From now on, we appreciate developers' business decisions, and if there's something that we don't like, oh well, tough luck. Appreciate what they have to offer, because they don't owe us anything. They owe us nothing. They owe the paying consumer nothing. They owe the paying consumer absolutely nothing. So yes, thank you, DualShockers, for that great information. And I'm gonna hold you to that, DualShockers, okay? I'm gonna hold all the writers to that. Next time I see something, I better not see a single writer from DualShockers complain about any business decisions when it comes to companies. I better not see them question one thing, okay? Because we need to appreciate what these developers do for us, even if it's a bad business decision. Like, never question them at all. Never question them. It's ridiculous. Get out of here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yo, the Punisher jersey. Yeah, man, I like this Punisher hoodie. I like this Punisher hoodie. It also has a pretty cool back as well. You guys can see the back. Back's cool. Yeah. Punisher's cool, man. Love the Punisher. So yeah, man. Mark these words. Capcom shall be in Nintendo's hands. That's not happening. Let's appreciate OJ for roasting Toby's. Yeah, man, I mean, I'm roasting a little bit of I mean, I wouldn't say he's a Toby writer, because the writer did he did an okay job. Shout out to Cloud Strike, yo. It's all good, man. Cloud, I got your back. But like, look, man, look, listen. I ain't about, like, you guys all know I'm a Nintendo fan. I'm a big Nintendo fan, but I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not dumb. I used to be dumb. I still am kind of dumb, but I'm not fully dumb. And I'm not going to sit here and say appreciate business decisions, okay? But you guys know how I feel on port begging. Let's just get into the second half of this. You guys know exactly how I feel on port begging. I don't like port begging. I'm not a big fan of port begging. If developers don't want to bring their games to the hottest system on the market to where they can play and monetize their games anywhere, your loss. That's why any developers are selling 300, 400,000 copies of games. That's why SteamWorld Dig sold 300,000 copies of games. That's fine. If you don't want to bring your stuff over, that's fine. Don't bring it over. It'll be your loss at the end of the day, especially when you launch and there's a bunch of PS4 and Xbox One games from an overcrowded market and your game doesn't sell and it probably could have sold more on the Switch. Okay, that's your bad. But I'm not port begging for nothing. I'm not port begging for a single thing. Not port begging for nothing. So that's just my opinion on port begging. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I'm not port begging for a Hat in Time. A Hat in Time can go whatever, man. I'm not port begging for that game. I'm not port begging for an independent game like this. I mean, I think that's ridiculous that people are gonna go over there and port beg for an independent game, like an indie game like that. I'm not port begging for that. I'm not port begging for anything. Obviously, Hat in Time would sell the best on the Switch if they don't want to take the time to find a partner. If they don't have the money, because obviously they don't have the money, it's Unreal Engine 3. Switch isn't supported by Unreal Engine 3. If they don't want to do it, then they don't want to do it, because it's going to take a lot of time and effort to port it to the Switch. That's fine. They're going to sell it on PS4 and Xbox One. I mean, they were happy when the game sold 100,000 copies across all the systems that it was released on, with an install base of 100 million units. They're like, oh, we sold 100,000 copies. It's like SteamWorld Dig sold 3 times that in like the first couple weeks, or like the first week. So I mean, obviously, Hat in Time would do better on the Switch if they can get it there, but they can't. There's circumstances that are causing it not to go on there, so I'm not going to sit there and flub the developer and all that, but obviously the game would sell more. Obviously, if SteamWorld Dig sold 3 times that amount, you know what I'm saying, like with a fraction of the install base, a Fast RMX, a port of a Wii U game, sold 100,000 copies very quickly, and that was like a while ago we heard about. That was last year, like after like a few months, that game sold 100,000 copies. On the Switch alone, with an install base of less than 7 million units. So 100,000 copies is nothing on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to independent games. If it came to Switch, it'd probably sell 200,000 copies or 300,000 copies. You know what I'm saying? And they know that, but they can't get the game on Switch, so that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't fault. I mean, if someone else wants to port back, look, most of us are grown here. I mean, or most of us, we can think on our own. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can think on our own. Like, if someone wants to port back, go port back. But I'm not port bagging. I'm too old to port back. Like, younger in my days, yeah, port bag, yeah. When I was younger and video games were like, you know, the be-all, end-all, and like, you know, I didn't have a family and I didn't have a community to run and all that stuff. Yeah, port bag, go ahead, port bag. Port beg your little heart out, you know. But these days, I'm too old to port beg. Anybody over the age of 30 port begging, nah, man, I can't. I'm not down with that. Like, don't tell anybody your age. If you over the age of, or no, I would probably say over the age of 35. If you over the age of 35, or if you have like a family, if you over the age of 35 or 30 and you have a family and you're port begging, yo, that's a problem. If you're constantly port begging, that's a problem. And especially, I better not hear anybody that's old that's doing this, like, that's being abusive towards these developers. Like, don't go out there and be so angry towards them. If they don't want to put their game on Switch, there's so many other games out there. Like, you know, like when you get dumped by a girl, or if you get dumped by a guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on whatever you like. Look, not trying to discriminate here. Whatever your sex or gender or whatever, you know, whatever you identify. If you get dumped and you're down all day, you're going to sit there and be down all day. No, there's many fish in the sea, and that's kind of how video games are. There's many games to be played. Nobody's going to play all these games out here, or you could just go buy the system that it's on if you want the game so much. So, I mean, this conversation completely, I have not talked about one thing that I was going to put in my in the title. Anyway, shout outs to Ninja Mr. Media 82 with the follow from the Fire Nation over there on Twitch. Thank you so much, homie. Welcome to the Fire Nation. Hitting us with that Katone, hitting us with that Jutsu. Build up the Fire Nation strong, homie. Appreciate the support. So yeah, that's that. That's that. That's that. Asking for Wii U ports is okay, I think. No, that's different though, Outcast. Like, we're not talking about port begging for the like exclusive port begging. Like, oh, Nintendo, I would really like to see Tokyo Mirage Sessions on the Nintendo Switch. That's not port begging. Like, that's not the type of port begging that we're talking about. We're talking about port begging for like a third-party developer on a system that you don't own, or basically port begging. Like, I see what you're saying, like that's port begging, but that's a different branch of port begging, like port begging, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different whole type. That's like asking, I would say that's not even port begging. That's like asking for Nintendo, showing demand for something that is not even real at this point, because Tokyo Mirage Sessions, like a port of that is not real. It's not, there's only like a Wii U version. Like, port begging, we're talking about like when you're asking to like a third, like to put a game that's already out or coming out, and you say, hey, put that game on there, you know what I'm saying? Like a game that we know is coming for sure on other systems, and you're asking to be on your system of choice, you know, when it doesn't get announced for it. So like, basically, like, that's what port begging is. It's not asking a developer like, hey, Sony, can you make a remake of Crash Team Racing? That's not really port begging, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really, that's just asking them for a remake of a game, or asking them, hey, can you bring this back? Port begging would be like it'd be like if I was a Microsoft fan, I'd be like, hey, hey, Square Enix, can you guys make Dragon Quest 11 on the Xbox One? Like, please, like, we need Dragon Quest 11 on the Xbox One. That would be port begging. That's more in line with port begging. But notice how no Xbox fans are doing that. Xbox fans found out, they're like, hey, Dragon Quest 11 is not coming to the Xbox One, and like, when's PUBG coming? What's it, OJ Best when he's riffing on the fly? Yeah. Well, I'm just talking about stuff. I'm good. Oh man. I see free from the chains of the YouTube's ridiculous bot. I'm not free from the chains of YouTube's ridiculous bot. I'm not at all. I'm not. I still got to keep. I mean, everything that I've said so far is family friendly. I'm still tied to YouTube until my Twitch gets bigger. So follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch. I'm Quiet Line Gaming. I'm having a great day, man. How are you doing? How are you doing, man? I port beg for every game, even games that are confirmed for Switch. I still port beg. Like, hey, Nintendo, like, I would really like Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 1 on Nintendo Switch. Then I was like, they're coming out this Friday. Yeah, I know, but I think I really like it. Nintendo's like, what? Like, yeah, I think you guys need to put Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Switch. It's coming this Friday. I know. Good job putting it on there, but I think you guys should put it on there. Huh? port beg for games. That's the next thing you guys should do. Like, when you see a thread of people port begging, just port beg for something that's already out. That should be like the new joke, like a meme. Like, say, come on, Reggie, give us Bayonetta 2, like on the Switch. That should be the new meme, dude. We should totally start that. Whenever we see port begging, we should be like, come on, Psyonix, give us Rocket League. We should just say a game that we already have, so it would just be funny. I think that would be funny. Come on, give us, I don't know, give us Valkyria Chronicles 4, Sega. Instead of saying give us Phantasy Star Online 2, just say give us Valkyria Chronicles 4. Say, come on, Sega, give us Sonic Forces. Can we get some Mario Odyssey on the Switch? Yeah, I would really like Mario Odyssey on the Switch. I think it's time that Mario Odyssey comes to the Switch. I think that's what we really need to make sure that game comes over. So shout outs to Blandrew for that tweet on there, or that quote. That was pretty good. So yeah, man. Let's go ahead and move on here. All right, so we're gonna go in and get into. I didn't really talk about the chat much. I didn't see you guys' stuff on the chat much. First of all, shout outs to the nearly 200 people watching. Thank you. I appreciate all the homies. Got 14 dudes on Twitch. Yo, the Fire Nation is growing. I can see that every day. It's like 8, 7, 14 shout outs. Thank you guys so much from the Fire Nation for watching. I actually got 17 on my end here. So, yo, really, we hitting almost 20. You just hurt me with the PSO shot. What do you talk about the PSO shot? What are you talking about? Oh, Phantasy Star. Oh, okay, yeah, Phantasy Star Online. Yeah, yeah. Don't port beg for that game, guys. Let's port beg for. I think we should port beg for Sonic Lost World on the Nintendo Switch. That's the game that we should really be port begging for. Sonic Lost World on the Nintendo Switch. Sonic Lost World, baby. Let's do it. Everyone say, Sega, give us Sonic Lost World on the Nintendo Switch now. Okay, so let's move on to Capcom's dubiousness. So, you know, I always like doing these more because I always find it better. Like, whenever I'm talking like this, whenever it's a live stream, I can truly talk the way I want to. Now, when I do News Essence, when I do PE News, which, let me make sure that I let you guys know the difference between this now that I got a good audience watching. Guys, listen to me. News Essence is scheduled. It's set every single time. A certain days, Monday through Friday, News Essence. It's behind there. I've got a little bit better production quality. I got a lapel mic on. It's more set. It's more structured. It's the biggest articles, biggest news topics, and even controversial stuff thrown in there. For example, like the whole Jim Sterling thing with Dynasty Warriors 9 and Dreamcast guy. So nothing to where I'm going to be slamming someone, you know, or anything like that, but just stuff like that. So it's going to be topics and discussion. It's kind of like my old PE discussion videos or PE chat videos for any of you, you know, that have been around long enough. It's like that. News Essence is kind of like that, thrown in with actual news, less me reading and more me reacting and talking. That's what News Essence is. And it's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. EST, 9 p.m. EST, Monday through Friday. That's what it is. PE News is me sitting just like this. It's a little bit quicker. We actually go in depth, patches, articles, things like that. You know, some of the stuff like I did beforehand, and you get those. We're pretty much going to have them Monday through Friday at noon. And then they can also be up at if there's like breaking news, then I'll do something like that. And then weekends, they'll be up. So no News Essence on the weekends. It's just PE News on the weekends and PE Arena on the weekends and gameplay live streams on the weekends. So that's basically how it is. That's the difference between the two, if you guys are wondering. PE News, there's no set time, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least Monday through Friday, noon, Monday through Friday for PE News, and then random PE News sections at any point. So that's basically what's going down and the difference between the two. I think that you guys should watch both because then you get the best of both. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be informed on everything, then also get all the biggest news and more of my discussion topics. So that's basically that. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Capcom. Capcom's dubious status. Now, I talked about this a little bit in one of my news. I think it was News Essence this morning or yesterday. I forget because the times that I record these are always so weird. I record News Essence. Now I record News Essence in the early morning. Like, I wake up at like 3 a.m. And trust me, guys, it's much better. It's much better that I wake up that early. I'm kind of like on a European schedule. I wake up that early, and I do get News Essence done. I wake up, get ready, you know, do News Essence. upload it, have it up by 6 a.m. Much better that way, much better. I have more time to do stuff during the day. And then at night, I actually have 2 hours to play video games, which I actually made time to play some Xenoblade last night. So I actually like my schedule now that I go to sleep really early, wake up really early. So anyway, we were talking about this on News Essence the other day, and it was how Capcom they're liars. Capcom, you should never take what Capcom says to media at face value. You should only take what they say to investors. I think that's the only thing that you should really take at face value, or would it doubt, would be what they say to investors. If they say something to investors, if they have a slideshow to investors, I've went back and looked through a lot of their stuff from 2017, their quarterly reports. They haven't really lied on anything that they've told investors so far. So far, they haven't. However, when it comes to media, when it comes to what they say to the media, oh man, they lie. Capcom are liars. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because recently Capcom discussed Monster Hunter and its status on the Switch, and Monster Hunter World first, and then what they said. And it's funny to see the headlines, you know, in terms of what people said what, and I'll get that. I think somebody followed, I'll get that in just a bit. It's just funny to see the headlines about this, because they basically essentially said that Monster Hunter World, it'd be difficult because of various circumstances to bring over Monster Hunter World to the Nintendo Switch. And I talked about what I think that is. Well, I think I think they have a deal in place that Monster Hunter World is exclusive to the you know, to the PS4 in Japan, that it can't come to another system in Japan. Like, it can't. That game, Monster Hunter World, is a lifetime exclusive. It's not like a timed exclusive, but it's a lifetime exclusive. But if you wanted to release it on Switch or anywhere else, you know, worldwide, then you could do that. So I think that's one thing. I also feel that the game was just too far in development. The game was in development for 5 years. They'd have to rework or redo a lot of different things. I mean, they could port it, but it might just take too long. And they're probably better off and probably already started working on a different Monster Hunter for the Nintendo Switch. I think that's another circumstance. There's also various other things like with online play and things like that, you know, so because the game runs on the MT engine, like it doesn't run on anything crazy. It runs on the MT engine. Like, people talk about the graphics, but the graphics aren't like amazing. They're just people just think that they're so good because they're comparing it to the last Monster Hunter game that came out. They're comparing it to all the old Monster Hunter games. Monster Hunter has never been like in full HD like this outside of the Monster Hunter game on the PC. There was like a Monster Hunter game, what was it, like Monster Hunter like Online or whatever. There was like a Monster Hunter Online game that was like released in like China only. Like, that's the only game that kind of has graphics like that, as good as that. Everything else has just been like ports of like the 3DS or Wii or something like that. So I mean, the game's graphics are good, don't get me wrong, but people are like, oh my gosh, these are amazing, you know, because they're comparing it to the last Monster Hunter games that came out. If you compare it to stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn, it gets destroyed, you know what I'm saying? Or you compare it to like other bigger games out there, it's like Destiny or something. Like, the graphics are nowhere near as good, but it just looks great because they're comparing it to other Monster Hunter games. So that's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Capcom, they will lie about certain things. So when he says, oh, well, we have no plans, when he says, oh, we're not going to do this, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. There could be I would not be surprised if we saw Monster Hunter World Double Cross, Monster Hunter World Generations on the Nintendo Switch, and then all of a sudden we hear that Monster Hunter is coming to Nintendo Switch in some type of way, shape, or form. You know, that's the one thing, because some people are saying, oh, well, Monster Hunter is never going to come back to the Switch, which is absolutely ridiculous. Of course it's going to come to the Switch at some point, and it's not going to be Monster Hunter Double Cross, the port of that game. Capcom obviously doesn't want to localize that game because they're already making a new game for it. I think that their Switch team, their guys are already on there. They're already making a new one, and they're gonna announce it either this year or early next year. That's my thought. It might be multi-plat too. I don't know if it'll just be exclusive to Switch. It might be, it might not be. But that's what I think with that. Now, to go into why they're liars, into more in depth, why Capcom are liars. Capcom are also liars or dubious, is because back in August 2017, Capcom said, we have no current plans to port Mega Man over to the Nintendo Switch, Mega Man Legacy Collection. That was a flat out lie. That was a lie. That was a super lie, as in the dude was like, had to keep a straight face while lying, because in December, early December, mind you, Capcom held the event where they announced Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, all of the Mega Man X games and Mega Man 11, all for the Nintendo Switch. Every single one of those games to Nintendo Switch. So you're telling me, okay, from August 2017 to December 2017. So let's count that. Let's count that, Ninja. August, September, October, November, December. In 4 months, they decided to port over They decided that they were going to port over 2 full Mega Man Legacy collections, put together a 30th anniversary live stream, get YouTubers from all over the United States, popular YouTubers that are into the Mega Man brand, plan all of that to have those announcements, put all those people there, get all of that in that time gap. That's a flat out lie. They didn't. They had plans. They knew they were going to do it, but they still told people that they have no plans to port Mega Man Legacy Collection right to people's faces. So that's the reason why I say you shouldn't believe what Capcom says to the press or PR, because they just lied. And you know what the most frustrating thing about that? The most frustrating thing about this whole thing is that websites don't pick up on it. I haven't heard a single website call Capcom out for lying. I haven't heard any of the Nintendo websites call Capcom out for lying. I've seen them complain about Mega Man Legacy Collection not coming over to Nintendo Switch, but I have not seen a single website say, you know what, Capcom says that they have no plans. You know, I always try to tell people, oh, well, no current plans. That means it could come in the future. But the time gap, I mean, it wasn't like this announcement for Mega Man was like a couple years later or like a year later to where, yeah, maybe there was no current plans at the time. You know what I'm saying? But it came months later, okay? And they would... That's the thing that I'm saying. Like, not a single website called them out for lying. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand is, like, we don't get enough people calling these developers out for lying. I mean, we do and we don't. Like, whenever, like, if there's, like, loot boxes or there's stuff like that, we'll call them out for that. But we don't ever call them out for lying like this. Because, like, like I said, I haven't seen a single person say, Capcom lied. Like, nobody. It's just, oh, like, when Capcom announced all those Mega Man games, everyone was just like, everyone was just like, Mega Man. All the websites were just like, oh, Mega Man. Yay, Switch. I'm like, I'm looking back now, and after this, I'm like, what they just said. Okay. Okay. Whatever. You know, whatever it is. Why? I mean, seriously, we need the why you always lying dude. We need that dude in here because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. But hey, that's literally how all the websites were. Oh, hey, Mega Man's coming to Switch. Yes, get Mega Man on Switch. Hey, did you tell us? Did you know that they just told us that this game had no plans like a couple months ago? It doesn't matter. Mega Man's coming to Switch. Yeah, yeah. But they lied to you. You did an interview with them and they lied to you. Did they? I don't think so. They didn't lie. No, they didn't lie. Okay. All right. Sure. Why not? Why not? They didn't lie at all. Okay. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get you guys' comments. What do you guys think? A lot of you guys are talking about a bunch of different stuff. Not gonna lie, I literally jumped out of my chair to Mega Man Switch announcements. That's what I'm saying. Like, people have a short-term memory. Obviously, everyone was happy, but like nobody called them out that they lied. Nobody called them out that they lied. If game journals picked up on Capcom's garbage, they wouldn't send any review copies. I mean, that's possible. That's possible, but I don't think it's like a, you know, I don't think so too much. I mean, if they just picked up and just said, hey, like, you don't gotta be like you don't gotta be like, if you really came out and was like angry about it and like showed like a bad attitude, then yeah, I can see that. But like if you came out and just said, hey, Capcom just said this and then this happened, it clearly shows that they lied, then like, you know, I don't think they'd be mad at that. If you came out calm and collected about it, you know, like me, I'm taking a comical tone with it, you know, so I don't think Capcom would be like, okay, yeah, you're not getting any review copies, you know, now, you know, because I'm calling them out a little bit for lying, but they did lie. So, so yeah, man. OJ, Capcom should port Okami HD to the Switch. They're probably already going to do that. Game companies don't lie. Yeah, I know, especially. Raymond Ortiz, if it doesn't come to Switch, move on. There's other games. Absolutely, Raymond. I do. I do think so. It's true, but not insulting people. Yeah, exactly. Just don't insult people. Capcom should port Final Fight over to the Switch. The original Final Fight? That'd be okay. I mean, it'd be whatever. Um, but yeah, man, that's kind of just what I think on the matter. So what are you guys' thoughts though? I mean, like, do you guys think that we're going to be getting a new Cap or like a new Monster Hunter? Are you guys excited for Mega Man? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. DMC collection. Hey, Fireblast Gaming says, OJ, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. How are you? I'm doing really good. Doing good. Capcom Beast Zone says Capcom famous for doing look at the fighting game series, always new additions. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they also lied about that, from what I understand. Now, while I couldn't necessarily, I didn't have enough time to find the article, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll definitely own up to it. But Capcom said that they're not going to be doing any type of new additions, like the Super Street Fighter Fives or like the Ultra Turbo Street Fighter Fives. But then they did Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, so that was also a lie. I'm pretty sure they said that they're not going to be doing that with Street Fighter V, and then they made Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. You know, so I think that would kind of qualify as a Super Street Fighter V or Ultra Street Fighter V or Turbo Street Fighter V, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Living Regiment says, PlayerEssence, sorry, late to the game. That's all good, man. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna be streaming for about another 20, 30 minutes or so. Less than 30 minutes. So yeah, you're good, man. Capcom has stated they want to see they want to see games never released on Nintendo platform. Here's the Dino Crisis and Onimusha. Did they say that? I thought. Oh, actually, you know what? They did kind of say that too. Yeah, you're right. Or did Square Enix say that? I know Square Enix said something along the lines of they want to bring they want to bring classic games over. So yeah. Anyway, let me give some shout outs real quick, guys. Let me give a couple shout outs. Shout outs to Quiet Lion or Quiet Leon. No, Quiet Leon. I don't know how to say it. My boy Quiet L. Shout outs to you, man. Thank you so much for the follow over on the Fire Nation over on Twitch. Hitting us with that Katone, hitting us with that Jutsu. Please build up the Fire Nation very strong, homie. Resident Evil 8 on Switch. Yeah, sure. It's not a free update. From what I understand, if you own the original Street Fighter V game, you do get it. You do update for the arcade edition for free. But maybe I'm wrong on that. Technically, it's Super Street Fighter V. Yeah, technically it is Super Street Fighter V. You're right. Technically it is. Yeah, it was brief as that Monster Hunter statement. Yeah, I mean the Monster Hunter statement was. It is what it is. I just think that they're gonna adapt the Monster Hunter for the Nintendo Switch, and I keep on looking at this Rocket League because I want to play right now. I still haven't played Rocket League on the Switch yet. I downloaded the updates. I gotta put in some of the DLC codes that you get with the collector's edition. You do get a really cool card with the collector's edition of Rocket League. It actually comes with some collector's edition art print, which is pretty cool. I like it. It's really nice. Play it with Patreons and stream it. Yeah, we're doing it this weekend. This weekend we got PE Arena this weekend with Rocket League, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of subscribers, Patreons, Twitch Primes. Any of you guys can jump in. Brian's philosophy. Hey, Yojo, it's like the what is the likelihood of Sword Art Online and DBZ Fighters coming to Nintendo Switch? I have a PS4, but prefer to have them on Switch. I'll talk about Sword Art Online. I won't talk about DB Fighters. Sword Art Online. That's I would say 50. I would say 50-50. The Japanese sales were not good. Well, not no. I should retract that. The Japanese sales were okay, but it's pretty clear based on Sword Art Online how much that game sold on the PS Vita back in 2015 and how much that game sold. I think there was another Sword Art Online that was released sometime between 2015 and 2018. The PS Vita, the portable versions of the game sell more than the console-based versions of Sword Art Online. So yeah, I think it was a bad decision to not try to bust it for a Switch port. Like, I know the game was in development for a long time, but I really think that they should have been proactive. Which Bandai Namco did say that it was their bad. So obviously they probably found out about the Switch and maybe could have got a port out on time. Probably not. But I mean, Attack on Titan 2, that's a big game and that's coming to Switch. So they busted it. Koei Tecmo busted it and got out there. But I know every developer is not the same. But they really should have thought about that. Like, they didn't think about the portable fan base of Sword Art Online. All they thought about was, okay, well, it's on more systems, and the PS4 is popular, the PC is popular, Xbox One is popular, so we can make up those sales. But they didn't make up those sales, at least not in Japan. Like, we'll see how it does in the US. I think it still has a chance to do really well in the US. But but I think it's also going to be a little tough just because, I mean, there's still people buying Monster Hunter. There's still people buying Dragon Ball FighterZ. There's still people that are going to buy Dragon's Crown. That's coming out. I think it's coming out later down the line, though. But, like, there's still people buying a lot of the games from late January. So, I mean, it might be a little tough, you know, for the game. But, yeah, I mean, it did 75,000 units in Japan in its first week, which isn't horrible. But that's, I mean, I talked about this on I think I talked about this on PlayerEssence, or no, I talked about this on PE News, my latest PE News, where I go over the latest media create sales charts. Sword Art Online on the you know, on the PS Vita and the PS3, that sold almost 200,000 copies. On the PS Vita, it sold almost 140,000 copies. So they sold 75,000 copies. So that's a huge drop, like a huge drop. And you know, and like once again, like it's like Sword Art Online is always like, that's a Japanese franchise. You know, like people like to play that in Japan, and you know, when you make it on Xbox One, you essentially release it like for like a big portion of your base. You essentially release it on a dead system where it's not going to sell anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like a waste. It's a waste of a region. It's a waste of a console release because you don't have it on the system that people actually want to play it on. So. I mean, does Bandai Namco care? Maybe they care. Maybe they don't. I don't really know. But it's all good. Will Attack on Titan 2 be on PE Arena? Probably. I mean, it just depends on how good the multiplayer is. But I would say maybe. It just depends on, like, you know, what we can do with it. Usually I like to play games that have a good, you know, like, because like the Switch, it doesn't have like the best online communication tools and online tools for joining games and stuff like that. So it has to be a game to where I can get people in the game like easy and where it's not going to be hard. Like Mario Kart, you have like tournament codes, and Splatoon, you just kind of hop into my room. So it needs to be something to where I can get you guys in easy. So we'll see how the online works in that game. So, hey OJ, I think you may have missed the announcement, but this is Police 2 for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One from THQ Nordic. Fairly big announcement if you're a fan of the strategy simulation game. Yeah, you know what? I just, yeah, I did miss it, but not because I didn't see it, but just because I didn't know what it was. So I was like, I didn't know what it was, and I mean, I heard about the original game, but I was just like, oh, okay, you know. And there's just been so many other things. I just haven't got around to it, but I definitely saw it, Hayden. But I just, you know, it's like I said, one man team. Sometimes you got to pick and choose, my guy. Oh man. Oh yeah, M. Williams. Yeah, it should have been on the Switch. I mean, but like I said, they were developing this game for a while. They said that the game's been in development since like 2014, 2015, Sword Art Online. So Bandai Namco didn't have any trust in the system, the device, so I can see why it didn't come. But there should be a Switch port. It's Unreal Engine 4. There should be a Switch port if they actually want to sell this game. But yeah, it kind of. I mean, I didn't say that it flopped. Like Shadow of the Colossus flopped in Japan, but Sword Art Online, I wouldn't say that it flopped, but it didn't do well for what they were looking for. I can tell you that. So yeah, no shots to This Is Police. No shots to This Is Police. I know it's a great game. I know it's a great game. Some person says, I think a lot of developers did not expect the success of Nintendo Switch. Yeah, you're obviously right. Yeah, you're right. Nobody expected the success of the Switch. I mean, you know, when you got your own studio, when you got your own, you know, business partner, you know, with Nintendo, what was it? What's his face? Izuka or whatever. I forgot what his name is, from the Pokemon company. When you got him telling Nintendo, telling your own business partner, hey man, hey dog, like, I don't think this system's gonna do well. And then like Nintendo's like, okay, well, you guys make Pokemon, right? You guys are gonna put Pokemon on there? Yeah, we'll put Pokemon on there, but I still don't think it's gonna do well. But we've got Pokemon. I mean, the system, it's a handheld, it's a console. I mean, we can have Japan. I mean, it should sell better than the Wii U. It should do well, right? Okay, but Mr. Pokemon, man, we've got Mario, we've got Zelda, we've got Splatoon, we've got all these games in the first year. So how do you think your game's gonna do when you release it on the Switch? Pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, man. Jumpmon says, if Crash Insane Trilogy comes to Switch, I'm double dipping. Yeah, I didn't buy it the first time, so Pokemon use reverse psychology. Reverse psychology. Shout outs to Brundeezy. Shout outs to Brundeezy. Welcome to the village. Hitting us with that Katone, hitting us with that Fireball Jutsu, the Fire Nation. Shout outs, man. Thank you so much. Welcome to the village. Everyone in the chat, please make Brundeezy feel very welcome. Build up the Fire Nation strong, homie. We growing. We growing in numbers. We growing in numbers. Let's go. Let's go. OJ, how many? Okay, so we can go ahead and get into Q&A because I've got to get off the stream here in about 18 to 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into Q&A, and I will answer as many of you guys, as many ninja questions as I can. So let's see here. Switch has a lot of big third-party games coming next month. Yeah, they got some games coming. Mr. Nickel says, I expect the Switch to do well at first, but not outsell the Wii U lifetime sales within 10 months of release. I expected it to outsell it within at least a year and a half, so I was wrong too. LOL, you savage, bro. Yeah. Mr. Pokemon, man. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, it's hard for me to pronounce his name. I'm not going to try. Yeah, that guy. Is it Ishihara? Ishihara? Yeah, that guy. It's like, we got a lot of games. Don't you think it's going to do okay? No. How much do you think we're going to sell? 20 million? That's all? Yeah. So then, okay, if our system sells 20 million and you put Pokemon on there, how much do you think it's going to sell? How much do you think is your game going to sell? 15 million. Everyone likes Pokemon. So 85% of the install base will be just because of Pokemon, baby. Let's go. You getting Payday 2? Yeah, I'm probably going to get Payday 2. OJ, how many successful... Did I already answer that? How many successful franchises does Capcom even have? Capcom has a lot of successful franchises. They have Resident Evil. They've got Devil May Cry. They've got Street Fighter. They've got a lot of stuff. So got Monster Hunter. YouTube got to fix their notifications. Yeah, Snowman, it's pretty bad for my channel. It's horrible. That's the reason why my views aren't up as high as usual. The notification stuff is busted. Do you think Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD collection will come to Switch? If so, likely to be announced E3 or January. I mean, I don't know if that'll come to Switch or not. Square Enix has been very lame when it comes to Kingdom Hearts and Nintendo platforms. Recently, I guess there was no Kingdom Hearts on Wii U. There was Kingdom Hearts on 3DS though. There's Dream Drop Distance. So we'll see. We'll see. Usually they like to make like an exclusive type of Kingdom Hearts game for like a Nintendo platform. So maybe we get a completely different Kingdom Hearts game. I'm not set on the Kingdom Hearts game that's coming. Like that'd be those games. Hayden says, how many do you think we're gonna sell? 20 million? How many do you think Pokemon will sell? 40 million. Pretty much. People have a Switch and they buy two, exactly, because 2 copies of Pokemon right there, baby. OJ, I already answered the question. How many successful franchises does Capcom? I already answered that. Unless you're asking me again, I answered it. Do you think Silver Phantom Alex? Do you think Pokemon Switch will be one version or 2 versions? It'll be 2 versions. It'll be 2. Monster Hunter 5? No, like Monster Hunter Double Cross, Triple Cross. I don't know. So we get Mickey's Keyblade Adventure. Oh man, yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna get. That's exactly what we're gonna get. Mickey's Keyblade Adventure. How big do you think Nintendo Labo will be supported? What do you mean by that? How big do you think Nintendo Labo will be supported? What do you mean by that? This is gonna be the the Mickey Mouse game coming over. I already answered it, my guy. I already told you. They have like 4 or 5 successful franchises. Kingdom Hearts 3 would sell more on Switch than Xbox One for sure. It might sell more on... It might sell more than the PS4 version too. It might, or sell almost as much. Jeffrey Augustine says, OJ, what if they reveal at E3 new Golden Sun? How would you feel? I'm just dreaming. Well, I'd be really feeling it. I'll tell you that. It'd be a shulk moment for me. Quiet Lion Gaming says, do you think Nintendo release a steady amount of games for Labo? Do you think there's a possibility for many third parties to jump on board, if any? Nah, man, Labo's not gonna be some type of like, oh my gosh, like so many different people jumping in. It's not that. It's just a little side. It's just a little side attraction for kids. That's all it is. Like Labo's not anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a little side attraction for kids. Sorry, my alarm's going off for some reason. So yeah, that's really what Labo was all about. It's not really. Let me just do this real quick. It's not really built for like a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I think they'll have other Labo sets, but it's not going to be like crazy supported. You know what I'm saying? Like Nier for the Switch? Nah, probably not. I don't think Square Enix wants to make Nier for the Switch. Where's the new Tales game for the Switch? It's coming. Just relax. It's coming. Will Wii Sports be ported to the Switch or new Wii Sports be remade? I think we might get like a Wii Sports Resort type of deal maybe later down the line. Nintendo Labo Kingdom Hearts swing around a giant cardboard key. Yeah, man, that would be pretty dope. Eli says, I don't see any third party support from Labo. I doubt anyone else is imaginative as Nintendo when it comes to the cardboard. Yeah, I doubt it. Exactly. Really doubt it. Alright, some language I can't read. Your thoughts on Labo make sense, yeah. Onimusha, back in the day, Onimusha Boogie. Yeah, Onimusha back in the day. The franchise is dead. Franchise is dead. You guys have any more questions? Let's look about a good maybe 10, 12 minutes. What up, Patch Debrew? Any game suggestions for gamers on a budget? Yeah. Rocket League. Celeste, Rocket League, SteamWorld Dig 2. You can get all those games that I just mentioned for less than $60. Quiet Line. Hypothetical question, OJ. If Kingdom Hearts 3 was released for all platforms, Switch at the same time, do you think the Switch version will sell the most? If it was released on all platforms at the same time and it wasn't completely gimped, yeah, I think the Switch version would sell right about the most, or it would be right there. I don't know if it'd beat the PS4, but I know it wouldn't be too far behind. Considering the install base ratio, no, I wouldn't be too far behind. Nef1. Shout out to Nef1. What's up, man? OJ, do you think an open world Fire Emblem could work? Yeah, an open world Fire Emblem could work. All you'd have to do is basically make it, because if you look at like Fire Emblem Echoes on the Nintendo 3DS, that game has dungeons, you know? So all you do is just make it open world and make it to where there's dungeons that you can go inside those dungeons, or you can just encounter skirmishes whenever you feel like it. Like you can just run around, and then you can, like, if you see a battle that you want to partake in, you go into the battle, and then once you go into the battle, it turns into the strategy RPG. And then you get out of there, then you go right back to the open world. It could work if they wanted to make it, but I don't know if they'll ever do that. Does Bayonetta have a good story? It has an average story. It doesn't have a great story, but it has an average story. The gameplay is more important than the story. The gameplay is much better than the story. I mean, the story's good. It's not bad, but it's not like, don't go in expecting like some type of Star Wars or some type of, you know, like Mass Effect 1 to 2. Don't expect going in like the Reapers or anything like that, or, you know, don't expect that, or you're gonna be disappointed. Jeffrey Augustine, OJ, just asking, how would you feel if a new Spider-Man game come to the Switch? Do you think the Switch can handle it? It's just a joke. Okay, I guess. Brian's philosophy says, hey OJ, without giving away too much, are the drivers you have at the end of Chapter 5 in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 till the end of the game? I don't know what you're talking about there, man. OJ, have you played Dendata yet? Nah, I haven't played Dendata yet. Didn't get a review copy. Didn't ask for one either, so guess that's why I don't have one. Alonzo Vines, other than RPGs, what is your favorite video game genre? Action games like Bayonetta. Like, Yeah, those type of games. I don't really only play RPGs for the most part. I don't really play much outside of RPGs, but if I'm gonna play something outside of an RPG, it's gonna be like an action game like Bayonetta, or you know, it's gonna be something like Legend of Zelda, or it's gonna be like Gravity Rush, something like that. Eli says, "Will we ever get Final Fantasy on Switch? I'm starting for some Final Fantasy on the go." Yeah, we'll get like Final Fantasy My Life as a Dark Lord, something like that. Travis for Smash 5? Probably not, but I don't know what Smash 5 is. Vincent Allen says, "Hey OJ, I know you said that you're going to get Payday 2. I've never played it. Does it have single player or is it online only?" I don't know. I'm only getting Payday 2 because other people want me to get Payday 2. They want to play it with me. OJ, did you watch the Cavs versus OKC last night? I caught the highlights. I caught the full game highlights on YouTube when I was editing. Yeah, good stuff, man. Cavs are playing good. Told you guys they'd play good. Patch Dead Bruce says, "I got Cosmos with a bit more than 300 luck after less than 100 rare core crystals. Am I super lucky?" Yeah, somewhat lucky. I mean, you open less than 100 core crystals, Cosmos with less than 300 luck. Yeah, you're lucky. But that's what opening the core. It's all about luck. The whole thing is about luck. Let's see here. OJ, Dark Souls Remastered P Arena Go. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, man. Finally obtained your last Riverblade last night. Congrats, man. I got her at 700 luck. Well, there you go. How would you feel if the developer balanced software to create a new JRPG using Unreal Engine 4? I talked about this, dude. I talked about this in my latest video. Make sure you watch it, because I talked about Unreal Engine 4. Maybe you just want me to repeat it, but yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, because it would cut down on development time. I don't think they're going to try to create an engine from scratch, and it'd just be easier to use Unreal Engine 4. I'm all for using Unreal Engine 4 when it makes sense. When it doesn't make sense, then I'm like, okay, well, what do we need to use Unreal Engine 4 for? Because like that's the thing that I hear so many Nintendo fans: use Unreal Engine 4, use Unreal Engine 4, use Unreal Engine 4. And it's like, well, why? If they have time to make their own custom engine that's tuned for the Nintendo Switch, then let them do that. If they want to get something done quicker, you know, and still have the tools and it look good, then use Unreal Engine 4. And I think that's why their next game might use Unreal Engine 4, because they don't want to reuse that Wii U engine, port it over to the Switch, and they can just use Unreal Engine 4 and get it out quicker. If Cosmos was your very first rare blade, then you're extremely lucky. OJ, do you think Atlas will be able to get out Shin Megami Tensei 5 this year? Yeah, I think it'll come out this year, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm like 50-50. Like 60% sure. Yeah, no problem. T-Dude, make sure you hit that notification button, my guy. Hit that if you haven't seen the video yet, please hit that notification button. I know you're always here for my live streams, but please hit that notification button and watch my videos. I had a nice video and talk about some more information. So I don't know if you watched the full video or not. Or guys, I know YouTube has their sub boxes are broken, and I know sometimes you guys see me live, sometimes you don't. But yeah, it really helps out when you do at least check my page and see what new videos, because I do, and that's why I kind of wanted to do times like, okay, look, every single day, Monday through Friday, you guys are gonna get a video at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. you know, Eastern time. So even if you don't get something to your video, like to your sub box, you should just know, okay, well, it's past 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, there's a video. Oh, it's past 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, there's a video. You know what I'm saying? So check it out when you get a chance. Dahlia took me a month to obtain. Yep. OJ, when do you think Fortnite will be announced for Switch? I don't know. Keith Bassett says, hey, OJ, how would you feel about them adding multiplayer to Metroid 4? Kind of like Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS, as long as it doesn't cause a single player to be degraded. Well, I don't know. Is that something that can't happen, though? If you spend time on multiplayer, it takes away from single player. That's just a fact. If you spend more time on multiplayer, or if you spend more time on single player, it'll take away from your multiplayer. I've never played a game where the multiplayer and the single player were completely balanced and equally as good. Never played a game. Now, there's probably some people that will disagree with that. People can say Grand Theft Auto Online. Maybe that's a game. People can talk about Red Dead Redemption. That's another game that has great single player and great multiplayer. But for me personally, what I like personally, never played a game that has a single player and a multiplayer, you know, combined. That's really great. Like Smash Brothers, Still Space Embassy is trash. Like Bayonetta, the multiplayer is just good for grinding Halos and learning new combos. But it's not. The multiplayer is nowhere near as good as the single player. So, But that's just my opinion. I mean, obviously there's other people that are probably going to think differently, like people who like Call of Duty. Oh, the single player is great. I love Call of Duty single player. Oh, the multiplayer is great, you know, so it is what it is, though. But how would I like if Metroid had it? I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. I wouldn't have a problem, but I mean, if it didn't have it, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. So, excuse me. Outcast, OJ, what do you think Bandai will add to the Switch this year? Fingers crossed for action and fighting games. Yeah, I mean, they're already adding the My Hero Academia or Academia or whatever that is. That anime game, that's a fighting game. They're already adding that, so we do know that's coming. And and I know of some other stuff, so you're gonna have. Don't worry, you're gonna have some games. You don't need to cross your fingers. Trust me, they're coming. Havoc Strawberry, yo OJ, who's your on-the-go team in Xenoblade Chronicles 2? No, that's spoilers, so no, I'm not gonna say anything. At B, the original Halo had good multiplayer and single player. See, I disagree with that. I don't like the single player in Halo. I think the single player is trash in Halo. I think it's horrible, actually. Actually, I think it's really bad. There's no upgrades. There's no leveling up. There's no nothing. You just shoot through the whole thing. It's boring. It's boring as heck. The multiplayer is amazing. The multiplayer destroys the single player, in my opinion. Because like, if I'm not gonna, I mean, if you're playing by yourself. I mean, you can play co-op with somebody, but if you don't have anybody to play co-op with, and you're just playing through, there's no upgrades. There's no nothing. Like, if I'm gonna have no upgrades or no anything, I'd rather play multiplayer against other people in real life. So yeah. Shout outs to Paul Tedesco for the $1 donation. Thank you so much, homie. Do appreciate that $1. Really does help out the channel, so thank you so much. Everyone give some love to Paul for the donation. So yeah, man, that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of people who like the Halo single player, but I remember I bought Halo 2, and like I started playing the single player, and I was like, this is trash. I played Halo 1, played the single player. I never got past like the second level in Halo 1. I'm like, but I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite games of all time. The multiplayer. I used to play LAN parties all the time with my friends in high school. We used to get our TVs, get our big old CRT TVs, move them to my house on the weekends, and we would play Halo LAN play all the time, like every single weekend in high school. Like, it was, well, after football season and after basketball season, we would play. Like, it was lit. You know what I'm saying? It was absolutely lit. Like, we would play all night, man. So yeah, the single player is trash in Halo, but that's just my opinion. I disagree. I really don't like Halo single players. And I played Halo ODST. I've played all the Halo games, like single player. I don't think any of them are good at all. But that's just my opinion. Benji, Halo 2 LAN parties were the best. Halo 3 too. Yeah, Halo 2. I have the most experience with the Halo. We played Halo 1 the most LAN parties, because like Halo 2 came out. Well, we played Halo 2 LAN parties, but Halo 1 we played a ton LAN parties. It was great. But yeah, I mean, but like I said, I don't like games where you just go through just like a shooting. Like, I don't like games where there's like no upgrades. If you're playing a shooting game, there's no upgrades in a single player. That game's boring to me. I've never liked games with no upgrades. I mean, like, if you want to keep my attention in a game, you've got to have upgrades. Like, I don't like Call of Duty single player. I don't like Halo single player. I don't like any of those games single players, because the reason why I don't like those games single players is because you don't get any upgrades. You get nothing. Your character stays the same the whole game. You just hold down the trigger button. You just shoot. That's it. Like, I've never liked games like that. So by default, I'm gonna think all of the games that do that are boring. Like, I'd rather play Destiny's story, because at least in Destiny you can level up. I think Destiny's single player is better, because at least in that game you can level up. I like single player shooting games. Mass Effect, that's single player, but that has a great story, that has leveling up, you know what I'm saying, that has all of that. I mean, I would probably say my game that I like the most, that has the most balance between multiplayer and single player, would be Mass Effect 2. Or no, Mass Effect, yeah, did Mass Effect 2 have Mass Effect 3? Mass Effect 2 didn't have multiplayer, or did it have multiplayer? I'm forgetting. No, it did have multiplayer. Did it? Yes, it did. I'm really having a brain fart right now with Mass Effect 2. Or was it Mass Effect 3? Somebody in the chat help me. I'm having a super brain fart with Mass Effect. I'm blending all the games together. Was it Mass Effect 2 where the multiplayer started? Because I like Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Okay, love or money? I'm just gonna go ahead and say money. So just go ahead and pick money. I want to pick love and money, but I can't. I'm just gonna go ahead and randomly pick one. So just go ahead and pick money, dude. Mass Effect 2 is just single. Okay, yeah, Mass Effect 2 is just single. Okay, so Mass Effect 3. I mean, Mass Effect 3 single player isn't the best, but its multiplayer is good. I mean, but that's probably the best balance for me in terms of single player and multiplayer was Mass Effect. Mass Effect 3, but whatever. Okay, Mass Effect 3 started multiplayer. OJ. Okay. Fire Blast Gaming says, OJ, I have a game recommended. It's called Lumo. Can you look it up and show the chat? It's a great indie game. Gets a lot of attention. Yeah, you guys check out Lumo when you get a chance. 3 did DLC, I think. Okay, DLC. Yeah, 3 did have DLC. DJ Deception. OJ, not Switch, but did you see the TMNT DLC for Injustice 2? Yeah, I saw. I actually shared it on Twitter too. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, DJ Deception. If you follow me on Twitter, I definitely reported on that. And I was watching a lot of there's like a YouTuber, his name, or not a YouTuber, there's a fighting game guy, one of the best in the world. His name is Sonic Fox in Injustice, and I was watching him use the turtles the other night. So yeah. Party Man says, OJ, are you looking forward to the new Spider-Man? I mean, kind of, not really, but anyway. We're gonna have to cut it right here, guys, because I have to go pick up my daughter from school. It's 1:41. Time flies by, man. I thought I just started this live stream. I hate to end it right here. I need to start these up a little bit sooner because I've only been going for an hour 16. So I definitely need to start these about maybe 45 minutes sooner, so we can get more of you guys' thoughts in here. But I thought I'd be able to get everything and get enough questions answered, but I'm not. But unfortunately, I'm not. But anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate the donations and everyone who helped out with the channel, all the new followers and everything. Thank you so much. Please make sure you guys check out my Twitch channel. For all of you guys on YouTube, if you do like Twitch, especially if you have Twitch Prime. No, I'm joking. If you guys want to check out my channel on Twitch, you guys can do so. I do have a Twitch channel. I'm going to link it in there. Yeah, I didn't cry today. Yesterday, my eye. I got something in my eye yesterday. So yeah, got something in my eye yesterday. So. Shout outs to Horace or something like that. Horace for the doll donation. Thank you so much. I will have fun. Make sure you guys check out my Twitch channel. Obviously, subscribe if you're someone new. If you're on my Twitch, check out my YouTube channel. Just type in PlayerEssence, you'll be able to see it right there. And I want to thank each and every single one of you guys. Please check out my video too. I just released a video on my YouTube channel. It's actually pretty cool. Talk about some sales numbers. The Blob 2 looks like it's going to be coming to the Switch as well, so please make sure you guys check that out. I will link that in the chat as well for both chats, so please make sure you guys check out my newest video. It's doing pretty good already, got more than 700 views right now, so that's cool. So check that out when you guys get an opportunity as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out. And this time I'm going to know how to end it, okay guys? Not like yesterday's live stream. Anyway, see you guys later.